Hi everybody. So I'm going to start off this morning's video with a little analogy, uh, a pictured scenario, as it were. So imagine that we maleborns are the only ones on the planet, and extra dimensional beings come to visit us, and they're talking to us, and they ask us, "So what's special about your physical bodies that come with this planet?" And we say, "Well, a lot of cool things. We're very mobile. We're upright, and we've got this extension." You know, and they say, "What is the purpose of that extension?" And we say, "Well, it perfectly fits into a slot that it matches." And they say, "Where do you find that?" And we say, "Well, it was attached to some other people that we treated like objects, and so they removed themselves from our culture. Um, we treated them like they weren't people, but were just slots, and so they removed themselves and rejected us." It's the only thing we'd be able to say. So one of our most magical features that draws spirit into the 3D realm, purposeless at that point, right? Now, I don't know why I wanted to start off at that spot, but just you can feel the energy of change coming. Um, it, the first thought that popped into my head this morning was, men, we need to stop being so stoic. People in general, we need to be able to say how we really feel, even if it bothers the other person, because we're not going to get to being saying how we really feel nicely before a little bit of ouchiness, friction that we might have to go through to get to that point. But yeah, fucking, we need to stop being so stoic and get in touch with our yin emotions, our feminine side. Bring things back to balance. Um, what's my other thoughts on this matter? Let me see if they come back. Yeah, I always get nervous with cameras. Well, not always, but just in that kind of mood today, I guess. Um, but yeah, it's I guess just this feeling rising in me of not just accepting things as they are anymore. I'm sick of it, and I've been watching it my whole life. I've felt like something is wrong my whole life, having come into this world and this culture, just with the way people treat each other, and the way things aren't balanced, and it's starting to show through in our international news now. Um, how many more cases, men, do we? How many more times do we need to hear women say that behind the scenes they've been being abused and manipulated before we realize that everything they've fucking been feeding us is tainted with this? Is tainted with this, and it's not okay, and we don't need to utilize it anymore. We don't need to accept it or support it. We need to pull our support from these things, these things that would subdue the divine feminine. It's time. It's time for balance again, people. It's time to take our power back. Um, what else do I want to say about that? Yeah, it's just been interesting watching this whole thing unfold. Um, you know, it's like ignorance is bliss. Well, guess what? It's coming out that it's not really bliss. It's just turning a blind eye to the suffering that we've been letting our counterparts go through. We need each other. People need each other, but they also need to be respected. There's a balance to be found there, isn't there? But that's not the point. The main point is we are the majority, and we are the majority. We have the power here. I just really want to see people wake up, continue to wake up, and realize that we have the power in this world. It's time for bigger change than we've ever thought of. It's time for getting off of these cameras and taking some damn action. And not in the same way that they would, of course, because more violence only begets violence. That's how our culture got this way in the first place. Indoctrination, seeded down through each generation. We don't even have to say it to them. The world around our kids shows them this patriarchal indoctrination. So it's like, if anything, we need to speak up as much as we can to tell them to stay in touch with their emotions. Um, that it's not badass to be stoic and unfeeling. That's not helpful. Not at all. Anyways, I gotta go to work. I hope I got the bulk of um, this emotional intelligence out to you folks. All right.